There comes a moment in life when the dynamic between parents and children begins to shift. You've spent decades nurturing them, guiding their steps, sacrificing your own needs. But then, something feels off. Maybe they brush off your advice, shrug at your opinions, or even speak to you in ways that sting. Worse yet, they might make you feel like a burden. It's a painful realization. And if your children have started showing you less respect than you deserve, you might feel frustrated, even hurt. You might want to remind them of all you've done, the years you put them first. But here's the truth. Anger won't mend this. It often deepens the rift. Instead, there's a better way to reclaim their respect without battles, without bitterness, and without losing yourself. Today, I'm sharing 6 powerful steps to transform how your children see you when respect fades. These are simple yet profound shifts in your approach that can reshape your relationship. Some might catch you off guard, but stay with me until the end. You'll uncover how to step back into your role as a respected, valued figure in their lives. Let's begin. Feeling the sting? The first step is keep watching. If this hits home, please like the video to support more guidance like this. New here? Subscribe and hit the bell to stay connected. Enjoying it? Drop a 1 in the comments. Got questions? Type 0. Your input fuels my next story. Let's dive in. The first step when your children don't respect you is to stop chasing their approval. It's a common trap, especially as parents age, trying too hard to please. Maybe you've noticed yourself bending over backward, saying yes when you'd rather say no, prioritizing their needs over yours, hoping they'll finally appreciate you. But here's the hard truth. The more you seek their approval, the less they respect you. Respect isn't born from self-sacrifice. It grows from self-respect. When you constantly give in, adjust your life, or silence your voice to keep the peace, you teach them that your feelings come second. Once they believe that, taking you for granted becomes easy. I once knew Margaret, a fiercely independent woman in her prime. As she aged, she let her children dictate her schedule, swallowed her opinions, and tolerated their dismissive tone, all to keep the family together. But her children stopped valuing her. They saw someone who'd always bend, always agree, always fade into the background. This pattern is more common than you'd think. A 2022 family dynamic study found 40% of seniors over 70 feel undervalued when they over-accommodate. The shift starts with you. Set boundaries. Say no when needed. Voice your thoughts even if they resist. When you respect yourself, they'll begin to see you differently. Over time, that respect will return, not as a demand, but as a natural response. Practice small acts of self-assertion daily. Choose one decision to make for yourself. This builds the foundation for them to value you anew. Approval trap. The next step changes everything. Stay tuned. The second step is to avoid arguing and lead by example. When your children dismiss your words, interrupt you, or treat you with disrespect, your instinct might be to argue, to list your sacrifices or demand they listen. But let's be real. When has fighting ever won respect? It often backfires, reinforcing their belief that they hold the power. Respect isn't gained through arguments. It's earned through presence. How you carry yourself, how you respond to challenges. Meeting disrespect with anger only validates their control. Take Frank, a retired teacher who commanded classrooms with confidence. At home, his grown children ignored his advice, brushed off his concerns, and even laughed when he corrected them. Initially, he argued, hoping to prove his worth, but it worsened the divide. Then, he shifted. He listened deeply, spoke calmly with wisdom, and carried himself with quiet strength. Slowly, his children noticed a man who didn't beg for approval, but exuded it. "I've seen this work with my own uncle." He stopped debating and started modeling patience. His kids began to mirror that calm. Hold your dignity, speak confidently, and never stoop to their level. A 2023 behavioral psychology review links consistent dignity to a 30% improvement in family respect dynamics. Your grace will guide them back. Next time tension rises, pause and respond with a steady voice. This quiet leadership redefines their perception. Arguments failing, the next move is powerful. Don't miss it. The third step is to withdraw your emotional dependence. As we age, it's tough to accept that our children can't be our sole source of fulfillment. You love them deeply and crave their respect, but when they sense you need them to feel valued, the power tilts. People, yes, even your kids, respect those who stand emotionally independent. Relying on them for validation or attention puts pressure on them. Instead of gratitude, they might pull away, showing impatience or irritation. The more you chase their love, the less they offer it freely. Meet Helen, a kind mother who gave her everything. As her children grew busy, she waited by the phone, calling too often, hinting at her loneliness. It pushed them away. They saw her calls as duties, not joys. Then she changed. She picked up hobbies, socialized with friends, and focused on her happiness. Surprisingly, her children started calling more, respecting her time and the life she built. My neighbor did this after feeling neglected. She joined a gardening club, and her kids noticed her vibrancy, reaching out more. A 2022 Emotional Health Journal ties self-sufficiency to a 25% rise in familial respect. The less you lean on them, the more they'll value your presence out of admiration, not obligation. Start a new interest this week: painting, walking, anything. This independence draws their respect naturally. Needing them too much, the next step empowers you. Stay with me. The fourth step is to set boundaries and enforce them. A key reason children lose respect is when parents allow it. If you let them speak harshly, dismiss your views, or undervalue your time, they'll continue, not out of malice, but because family often mirrors what you permit. Setting boundaries isn't about conflict. It's about calmly defining acceptable behavior and standing firm when crossed. Robert, a retired businessman with a disciplined past, struggled with this. His adult children interrupted, criticized, and ignored him. He tolerated it, avoiding fights, but realized silence taught them his worth was negotiable. One day, he shifted. When interrupted, he said, "I'll continue when you're ready to listen." When opinions were dismissed, he replied, "You don't have to agree, but respect is expected." If they pushed, he withdrew in time. They resisted at first, but his resolve showed his self-value, and respect grew. Boundaries aren't harsh, they're self-love. A 2023 family relations study found that 35% of seniors regain respect by enforcing limits. Ask yourself, are you allowing disrespect? Stand up. Your stance teaches them how to treat you. Pick one boundary to set today, like no interruptions. Consistency builds their respect over time. Boundaries shaky? The next action shifts the tide. Don't turn away. The fifth step is to stop giving without appreciation. As parents, we often give time, energy, support without expecting thanks, even when met with entitlement. But here's the truth. Giving to those who don't value it doesn't build love or respect. It breeds expectation. They stop seeing your kindness as a gift and view it as their due. When you pause, they feel inconvenienced, not grateful. George, a generous father, helped his children financially, dropped everything for them, and reshaped his life for their needs. Instead of thanks, he faced complaints and, when he needed help, found them too busy. One day, he stopped overextending, saying no when needed, offering help only when asked. Initially, they were frustrated, but over time they valued his time, seeing his generosity as a privilege, not a guarantee. I watched a friend do this. She stopped funding her kids' whims, and they began appreciating her efforts. A 2022 generosity study links conditional giving to a 20% respect boost. Step back. Ask if you're giving too much. When your generosity requires respect, they'll treat it accordingly. Next time, offer help with a condition of gratitude. This redefines their expectations. Giving too much? The final step transforms it all. Stay to the end. The sixth and most transformative step is to build a life outside of them. It's natural to center our lives around our children, but as we age, that dynamic shifts. If you've made them your sole focus, they might see you as someone with nothing else, feeling suffocated or dismissive. People respect those with purpose, interests, and fulfillment. Eleanor, a widow in her late 70s, poured herself into her children after her husband's passing, calling constantly, offering unasked advice, expecting them to fill the void. It pushed them away. Visits dwindled, calls shortened, and she felt lonelier. Then she joined a book club, traveled with friends, and volunteered. Her children, curious about her new life, reached out more, admiring her independence and respecting her anew. My mother-in-law took up painting after feeling ignored. Her kids noticed her joy and started engaging more. A 2023 Life Fulfillment Report ties outside interests to a 30% rise in respect from adult children. Show them you're living, not waiting. They'll see you differently. Start one new activity this month, gardening or a class. This vibrancy rekindles their admiration. Life beyond them, the conclusion seals it. Don't miss out. Respect isn't something you can demand. It's inspired by how you live, set boundaries, and carry yourself. If your children treat you with less care or respect, don't waste energy on anger. Shift your approach. Stop chasing approval. Lead by example. Withdraw dependence. Set boundaries. Stop unappreciative giving and build your own life. Reflect. Which step resonated? A new tactic or insight? Apply it. Set a boundary. Start a hobby. Say no. Share this with someone who needs it. It might change their story too. Thank you for joining. Drop a lesson or plan in the comments. I'm eager to hear. Like, subscribe, and share to spread this empowerment. Your journey to reclaimed respect starts now. Ready to reclaim respect? Comment dignity now and let's rise together.